There are about 3 million people in the UK who've got diabetes, and the vast majority of them, certainly I hope only those over 17, do drive. Now, some recent changes have come into the law about driving, and you need to know about them. I think everybody knows that if you're taking insulin, it can drop your blood sugar. What we're talking about is something called a hypo. We know that diabetes causes your blood sugar to go up. We know that treatments for it bring your blood sugar down, but some of them bring it down sometimes too low. Insulin is one of them, but so are two groups of tablets, one called the sulfonylureas, and those are tablets that end with izide, and the other is two drugs called Prandin and Starlix, which are otherwise known as the glinides. If you're taking any of those medications, then you could be at risk of developing a hypo. And the DVLA has brought in lots of new regulations about hypos in the last year or so. Firstly, let's think about what the symptoms are. The early symptoms of hypo would include feeling a bit shaky, feeling very hungry, feeling pale, and feeling as if you haven't got enough white blood, maybe your eyes can't focus. If you ignore those symptoms and the blood sugar drops lower still, then it can become a more severe hypo. There you start to get confused, you might slur your words, maybe you begin to act oddly, even aggressively, or be very tearful, and you can even lose consciousness. Now you can imagine that having a hypo, a severe hypo when you're driving, can be very, very dangerous. And that's why the DVLA has brought out guidance. What they've said is that if you're taking any of those medications, whether tablets or injection, that drop your blood sugar, if you're a normal driver, car, motorcycle, any one of us, then if you've had more than one episode of severe hypo in the course of the last year, you have to inform the DVLA, and your licence is likely to be suspended until you've got your blood sugars under control again. If you're a Group 2 driver, then that is even more strict. Then you mustn't have had any hypos in the last 12 months. That includes while you're asleep. Until November 2011, if you were a large goods vehicle driver or a passenger carrying vehicle driver and you were taking insulin, you lost your licence. Now, as of November 2011, that's changed. If you can prove that you keep really, really good track of your blood glucose, if you recognise the symptoms of hypoglycemia, if you know how important they are, if you check your blood sugar at least twice a day and more regularly while you're driving, and if you have a blood glucose monitor with a memory function so you can record them, then if you haven't had any hypos for 12 months, your consultant may give you a medical report which says you could get your driving licence. That's not a large number of people, but it doesn't just include bus and lorry drivers. Many local authorities demand that taxi drivers also keep to the same guidance, that they're so-called Group 2 standards for driving. So, all in all, what can you do? Well, obviously, monitoring your blood sugar if you're taking any of those medications may help. Don't drink alcohol a few hours at least before you're going to drive. Don't do very strenuous exercise just before you drive. Do always keep a supply of rapidly absorbed sugar, either in the form of glucose tablets or a sugary drink, with you in the car. If you get those early symptoms of hypo, pull over immediately, drink it, and once you're feeling better, don't drive for 45 minutes afterwards. Finally, if you are taking any of those medications, those tablets, obviously insulin for most people is not a choice, but for some people on tablets there are alternatives available. So if despite taking all those measures you're still getting problems, have a chat with your GP about maybe whether an alternative might work for you.